Welcome back to yet another video, and this one I'm excited to share the ins and outs of my DJ software. It's called the Rekordbox version 7, and I will not be going so deep and technical. It's just an overview. Anyone will be able to follow what I have to say about it, but there will be some light technical stuff, and this is just to show you what the software looks like and what are some of the frequent functions that I take care. So let's jump in and I will show you the screen recording. So as you can see, I have opened Rekordbox 7 and this is how it opens. Sometimes this software is a bit laggy and it takes a lot of time to open. This compared to the older version, I feel it is way faster to open. Sometimes I had to wait 3-4 minutes to even load the software, and this is extremely memory consuming software. As you can see, it looks pretty overwhelming at sight. This is the user interface of the DJ software Rekordbox version 7, and this is how this is the landing page. And as soon as I come here, first thing I do is go to my playlist section, and here I can see all the tracks. So I can, in the DJ controller, I can actually flick through all this using the selector knob, and I just have to turn that dial and I can, you know, I can just go through the songs. So the thing about this playlist is that you will have to make your own playlist of the songs that you have downloaded for the software to analyze the sections of the track. It is very much required, otherwise it will not function properly. So any song that you download, you will have to analyze it in this software for one time and add that track to a playlist. So I have added some tracks and made some playlists. So once that is done, you select whatever song, and then you can load it to the decks. So there are 2 decks. So just I will show you an overview of the things that I generally go through, to understand what's going on a song. So here you can see upside down, whoop, one track, and bang it, another track. So this is on deck A, this is on deck B, and you can see their BPMs are different. So one is to 125 beats per minute and one is 128. So you'll have to match this using the tempo slider, like so, on the fly. And even if it's 124.99, that'll work. It's just 0.1 number different, so that should do. And here on the waveform, you can see, the beats and the vocal section, and from this you will be able to understand which section has more beats and which section you are not supposed to mix in because it'll clash. There are certain parts of the track that you're not supposed to mix because that'll create clashes. Say the vocal of one song, which is like a major part, and a vocal of another song. If you try to overlap those 2 sections of 2 tracks, it's definitely going to be like a train wreck, and it's not going to sound good. So there are the intro section, the outro section, the drop. There are certain parts, especially if this is the outro section, the last part, the starting of the song and the intro, you can try to overlap that and it'll not be that bad. Obviously, you'll have to fiddle around with the filters, cut the bass, cut the other EQing. You have to do a lot of other things. It's not as simple as it sounds, just overlapping two tracks. But still, so that's the gist. And you may see there are so many options here. So these are the effects that certain parts of the track you can hype it by giving some effects. So this is like an effect, and there are so many effects. I just tapped one, and here are some sample sounds. What all sample sounds are there? It shows all that. So basically what I do is I select the song, load it into deck A, deck B, check the BPMs, check the key. If you see there's a key sync, see this value 6A, 4A, and this has a meaning to it, so I don't want to get too deep into it, but there's something called Camelot wheel where it shows which key values will go in sync. If you put a different number, if you see a different key value and then try to mix that with a song of a too much different of a key value, it's not going to sound smooth when you do that transition. But that should not be the point that you should be looking for when trying to do the transition. But it does matter. So I do look at this key values, which you can also see here. So the keys, the waveform, the sections of the track where you have to mix, where you should not mix, and then I can make save points. Say I can save this. I can make markers. So using the DJ controller, I can make markers, or I can save points with as a loop, hot loops. No, sorry, hot cue. I can also loop that section, so that's why I hot loop. So it's a hot cue. If I press the B button on the hot cue, it will start playing from the, or if I press A, it'll start playing from there. It'll jump to the sections. So you can see I have made these hot cues. I can change the color of it, add comments, and so from this I can understand all these points of these tracks, and just and one more important thing that I always do is this record button over here. So it can start and stop recording of your mixes. So that's what I do when I upload videos of my mixes. I start this and then start playing the track, do my mix, and then stop recording, and I get a wave file of the recording, and then I use that underneath the video. And so that is a gist of it. Here you can see all my playlist, all the tracks, so many tracks I have downloaded just for this. And you can access so many other options like streaming platforms of SoundCloud, Beatport, and all. This is just the locations where you can get the tracks. And just for you guys to freak out, I will show you the preference page, and it is so in depth, seeing all this, so many options underneath. And I would have gone, I can understand around 80 to 90% of what it means, but so many of the effects and stuff I still haven't fiddled around so much with. And each settings you have endless customization. You see so many options. So like 4-deck mixer, if you have that, what all this color coding and the hot cues, beat loops, so many options. And so this is just the settings page, and what all customization you can do. And you can also connect with DMX lighting system, and any changes that you make with regards to sound will reflect as per the DMX lighting. And I have disabled it because I don't have a DMX light control system. So you can see here, this is all used in the high-end club standard industry festival places, or maybe bigger clubs where they have that kind of lighting system. So you can see the settings of this is of my controller, what the mixer section can do, what effects, how the effects should function, the samplers, how many I can allot, recording function, and so yeah, it's just too much sometimes. But once you go through the course and learning, so my first initial course, I got it from Skillshare. I learned it from there. But soon I realized that is not enough. So I bought another paid course from from a guys called Crossfader. It's a UK team. They're pretty good, but their tutorial is a bit expensive, as expensive as the DJ controller itself. But the way they teach stuff is more in depth and precise. So I want to do it very nicely. So that's why I bought the course, and I've gone through 60-70% of it. Still some more advanced buttons and effects and looping functions I have to go through, but I already know some part of it, just not, I have not applied all of it. And obviously the thing about DJing, what I understood is that it all comes down to practice. It's always practice, practice, practice. The more practice that you do, you get this sorted out. So that's it. If you have questions about the DJ software, any other things, you can put down in the comments. Do subscribe, share, like, and we'll catch up in the next video. Peace out.